Hello, early July. Let's take a walk around the back garden, see what's blooming around here, what's looking good at the moment. This is the Petunia Cosmic Violet. Not as vigorous as the Funhouse variety. Again, lovely purple colour. Very nice flowers, but in the front planter it was just getting absolutely smothered and bullied by the Funhouse burgundy and white. Couple of Nemesia, very fragrant. One white and yellow, one yellow and white. Here I've got a couple of pots of fibrous rooted begonias. They were bought as a 6-pack. Supposedly the same variety, but the colour of this one is quite different, or much stronger. It's much more of a deep apricot, peach. Whereas this is quite pale. I'm pretty sure they're in the same compost, so I don't know what the reason is. The hydra here is just beginning to bloom. Not sure what the variety is. It's just one that was grown from a cutting that I acquired a few years ago. Bit of variation in the colour. Some are quite blue and some are more purpley, even towards pink. There's a bee on the rose variety Ballerina. It's a single cluster rose, so the bees and insects do like to visit. And next to it we've got an Achillea, again just coming into flower. Lots still to get colour, but some are gaining the colour now. Another single cluster rose here. This one's Barbie. Lots of pink flowers, as the name would suggest. We've got some Coreopsis, bright flower, perennial. You can get dwarfer varieties, but this is a taller variety. And Dianthus doris, really reliable plants. Lots of flowers. Should go on producing flowers for a good while, pretty much all summer. This rose is Tequila Sunrise. Very vibrant colours, quite frilly petals. One we've had quite a few years. The lupins have about finished flowering, but still one or two hanging on, producing some colour. Quite a nice pink and white one. In the shady area under the magnolia, we've got some hostas. This one's been flowering, not really grown for flowers, but more for the shape of the leaves or the colouring of the leaves. But yeah, quite big flowers, quite impressive really. Have a look there, yeah, there's a nice flower. And more. Different variety of hosta, more golden colour to the leaves. And the big fern. Takes up plenty of space, but yeah, it just looks after itself. No attention necessary, except probably late winter, early spring. Cut back the old dead fronds. And here we've got quite a large euphorbia. I think sometimes called caper spurge. Quite interesting leaf shape. Just self-seeds. All you've really got to do is pull out the ones you don't want. But it's very drought tolerant. This one's growing in the shade, but it seems happy in the sun also. But yeah, doing well there in the shade. At the end of the garden here, or the end of the path, I've got some Alchemilla mollis growing. This is a very easy plant, grows in almost any conditions. I guess the only thing it doesn't like is soil that is too wet. But great perennial for most gardens. These yellow flowers, which will go brown towards the end of July. When that happens, just cut it back almost to the root. Cut it right back and it will sprout again. Very tough, reliable plant. The only downside of it is it does seed a lot, so can spread. But here it's enclosed by the paving, so not too much of a problem. Another hive there behind it. And very old fuchsia. This was here when we moved into the bungalow over 35 years ago, so very reliable. Dies back in winter, but yeah, pretty flowers. Looks after itself. And some pelargoniums in a container. Flowering nicely. It's not in full sun, but gets plenty of light here. One thing I would say to people, if you're just starting a garden, look locally at the plants that grow well. And it's always a temptation to go to a garden centre, see a plant you like the look of, bring it home, put it in your garden, and if the conditions are not right, it struggles and never really looks good. Best thing is to, in my opinion, is to look around very local gardens, see what does well in your soil, your conditions. Anyway, that's all for today. See you next time. Thanks for watching.